Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Sneha and please excuse my voice today. I am not feeling well. I am sick from quite a few days, so that is why my voice is gonna sound a bit harsh. But anywho, I am going to start with today's video, which is about the whole process of coming to Canada. So a lot of you guys have been asking me, what is the process of coming to Canada? What do you do step by step to actually come to Canada as a student? So I thought that I'll make a video for you guys. It's gonna be a bit long video, so without further ado, let's get started. So first things first, so if you're coming after your graduation for your postgrad diploma here, I'm assuming that you already have your mark sheets. The mark sheets also take some time. You need to have all your mark sheets before applying to colleges. So I am assuming that you guys have your mark sheets on your hand by your side before doing any of this. Alright, the first things first, you should have your passport ready on your hand. So I'm hoping that many of us do have passports, and if you do not, then you can get your passport, I think, in a month's time. And it's been really fast now to get a passport in India and for all the processing. So you can get your passport ready first. So once you have your passport, you're ready to give IELTS, the first step for you to actually come to Canada. So you have to give your IELTS, and for IELTS you need your passport number. So once you have your passport number, you're gonna pay the fees for your IELTS. It's gonna take about 20 days. So you're gonna have to select your own date for your IELTS, and then once you give your IELTS, the next step is to actually go to a consultancy that you feel comfortable with. I'm gonna make a separate video about consultancies that you can go to, because I have been to 8 consultancies before figuring out which one I wanted to go to. So then you have to go to your consultancy and talk about how many years of course you want, what kind of course you want to take, what is your factor of choice, how is your interest working for that, and also what have you done in bachelor's and how it is going to map for your postgrad. And you actually need to find a consultancy that actually guides you and advises you in the right direction. And the main motive is not the commission. After all, I know every consultancy works on commission basis, but then there are some consultancies who actually want to guide you and also get a commission out of it. So yeah, once you have your IELTS given, you have your IELTS score in your hand. That score is valid for 2 years, and then you go to a consultancy and talk about what your interests are and where do you want to apply and how do you want to apply. So once you have your main courses, even though you go to consultancies, even though you have a lot of people on your side to guide you, you need to do your own research. I have sat on my laptop for about a good 4-5 hours stretch to actually search for colleges and courses and what suits my needs and what do I think will be best for me and everything of that sort, and also go to see each and every module of that course that you're going to take and see if you can study all of that or no. You need to make sure that you are perfectly all right with the course that you're selecting, and because you're coming to a new different country and you don't want to fail in any course, so you have to make sure that you are actually making sure that you want to study that course and each module actually is suitable for you. So once you have shortlisted your colleges and your courses, there might be 3 or 4 colleges. Do not apply to less than 3 or 4 colleges or universities for that matter. You should apply to all of those so that you have options in hand when the time is really, really short. And then you apply for colleges. So some colleges do have application fees. Like I remember George Brown has an application fees, and Seneca College does have an application fees. So you have to pay the application fees and then apply to colleges. And if you have a good consultancy like I had, then you might get waived off of your application fee. I did not have to pay the George Brown's application fee for that matters. So yeah, so then you apply for your courses and you wait for the offer letter. And this is the time, if you're thinking of getting a loan, so this is the time that you want to get your loan talked about. You're going to get it sanctioned only when you have your offer letter in hand, but this is when you need to go to banks and think about their interest rates and how much they're going to give you and how long is the loan is going to be. if you want to take a student loan, this is the time when you have to do your research and go to banks and talk to them. So then you have to wait for the offer letter. Depending on colleges, it might take about 15 days to even 45 days. And then after you have your offer letter, you might have a short span of time in which you can actually pay the fees. So like George Brown gave me 10 days to pay the fees, and then the offer letter was expiring, so I had to pay the fees in that 10 days. So I paid my fees by myself and not by the loan for that one. I'm going to make a separate video about the expenses from India to Canada in a separate video, not here. This is just the process of coming to Canada. In another video, I'm going to tell you the expenses of coming to Canada. So then you have to pay your fees, and then once you have paid your fees, you have your seat selected, and then you have to register for your timetable. So once you have your fees done, and the registration starts about a month later after your fees is done and everything. So then you have to pay your GIC amount. Now you have to ask your consultancy to help you with GIC amount, and then they're gonna have you make an account for GIC on the bank's website. Then you make your account, then you pay your amount. So in this meantime, you should have your loan ready if you're paying by loan. If you're thinking of paying the GIC amount by loan, so this time your loan should be sanctioned already, because you have your offer letter in which it says all the expenses. So according to those expenses, you should have your loan by now. So if you have your loan, then you have to pay the GIC fees. You can ask the bank to directly pay the GIC fees. You don't have to do anything for that. So once you have your GIC paid, you have to wait for a week until the GIC certificate comes. So once you have your GIC certificate, you collect all your documents, get them photocopied. There is a visa checklist that you need to make sure that you have all the documents for. Then you have to collect the documents according to that checklist, get them photocopied on bond paper if you want to. I got it photocopied on bond paper all throughout. Like I had this big bunch of papers for the visa file. So you get your visa file ready, and then you give it to your consultancy along with the fees for the visa, and then they file the visa for you. Then the consultancy is going to apply the visa for you, and then you just have to wait for the approval or rejection. So once you have your visa approved, you just have to book your tickets, and then also you have to book an accommodation. Again, I'm going to make a separate video on accommodation and how to find it in India for here and everything. If you have your visa if you have your visa approved, and then you just have to book your tickets, make sure you book the tickets as early as possible. So I booked my tickets 3 months prior, and it was super cheap. So make sure that you book your tickets as soon as possible, and don't wait for the last moment to book the tickets, because it's going to get really costly if you're going to wait for the last moment. Then you just have to book your tickets and come here. So if by any chance you don't get your visa approved, you have your visa rejected, then look at the reasons that they've given you for the visa rejection. There are 4 cases in which the visa gets rejected. They do give you the reason for it, but if the reason is stated as others, that means no reason, then you have to make another SOP and provide them some documents to make them sure that you're going to come back to your country, you have a strong financial background. So then you have to refile your visa in case you get rejected, and then with the supporting documents as well. So once they have your supporting documents, they are going to approve your visa for sure if you have everything in place. So that is the whole process, and then you come here and live your life. So that is how the whole process works. That is how it works in the order of how it is done. I have mentioned each and every process, and I hope that you like this video and hope it is helpful to you. And if you like this video, then please do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel. And I'm so blessed to have all of you guys, and you're showing me so much of your love, and I'm so obliged. I'm so happy, and I feel so blessed about it. And I'll see you guys next time with my next video. Bye.